But we can talk about
Matt
it.
don't rap. He don't know better.
We're gonna talk about that though. That's yeah.
Yeah, we can talk about the whole name and everything.
Because names mean something, you know.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
This will be the first.
You can bring it closer to you.
Okay. This will be the first time I tell the story, really.
Look at that. Let's talk first.
Right.
Exclusive.
Exclusive. So an intro's dropping here right now. If you guys hear it playing, you know.
An intro dropping here. No. The fuck are you talking about?
Podcast intro, man. You know,
It ain't popping up. It didn't even start yet.
you never know.
I'm like looking around like where. I'm waiting for like the beginning like theme song to turn on. Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
like okay, like we're on TV, like you know back in the day, it had,
When
like,
it's live.
and it says like the clap, like telling people to clap and shit on air.
I think they do it like the Maury show too.
Do they? I never been to those live ones.
I want to go to one.
But all right, yeah, we'll start now. So it'll drop now.
Parents strongly caution, the following programs are intended for mature audiences over the age of 18. These programs may contain some material that many parents would not find suitable for children and may include intense violence, sexual situations, coarse language, and suggestive dialogue.
All right, what's going on, everybody? This is the Let's Talk After Dark podcast, where anything goes and nothing's off the table. I'm Benny. With me, as always,
Maverick.
Dame Rev.
our special guest.
SANT413.
Okay. So you can
right.
follow us. Hold on, slow the horse.
He's getting into it.
So you can follow us on Instagram, Facebook. Let's Talk Us Now. You can listen to us on Spotify, Google, Apple, basically everywhere else podcasts are playing. Watch us on YouTube. If you're watching us on YouTube, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. All right, I guess now you can kick it off.
How you guys doing? Welcome back. How you doing, Rev?
I'm chilling. I'm doing real good.
And we got our special guest today.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna say your government because I've been told that it's disrespectful in the rap world. I don't know this world. This world is new to me. I've been around it, but I never dabbled into it.
I gotta teach you the code.
You gotta teach me the code. I'm over here saying the guy's name. Rev's looking at me like, see, because V was R&B, but rap game. So he's gonna teach me, guys. I'm gonna get some street cred back. I might get my black card back.
I wouldn't count on it.
But it's weirder when you like see people that you know that you grew up with and shit like that, and they call you, by your rap name and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, come on, bro, you know my name. Like, come on, you ain't gotta be all Hollywood and shit. Like, I ain't even be in Hollywood. You know what I mean?
That's real humble. I know some people who that's them. Don't call me my other name, because they're trying to build
Right.
that brand themselves. But
right, that's
I
cool.
respect
and all, but
I hear what you're saying though. That's
like, you ain't gotta do all that. If we know each other for fucking 10 plus years, I can swear on here, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
We just have a tip jar.
Oh,
Yo, we should
a swear jar. Every time it says a swear, then
ding. Nah, but as you were saying,
nah, it's just if I've known you for a long time, you ain't gotta call me by my rap name. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, just you know me.
so you said you gotta tell your story about how you got your name. So
yeah.
first,
So the whole Sant, obviously, my last name is Santana, and when I was probably in like junior high, that's when Joel Santana was popping. Mm-hmm. Like Dipset was just moving heavy, and me and my boy used to listen to Joel's, and my last name Santana, so it just kind of like stuck. Like he just started calling me Santana, so I'd be walking through the school and they'd be like, Santana, hey, because that's what he used to say back in the day on his songs and shit. And then like I never had a rap name, like I never made no stage name or nothing like that. Like it all just kind of happened randomly, spontaneous. Like I just started doing this shit. And then like when I started to take my music serious, I was like, what the fuck am I gonna call myself? I don't want to use Santana because like you got Carlos Santana, his band Santana, Joel Santana, Fredo Santana. You got all these other people, so I'm like, I gotta do something different. So the only other name that I kind of had that had like kind of like a meaning to me.
My fault. I'm gonna cut you off. But can you take that water off the table?
Oh,
Just so you don't leave a wet ring.
Yo, you got coasted.
Let me take off his belt.
yeah. There's another.
He just taught me how to use the thermostat too.
I'm like, yo.
That was my man, man.
Yo, that shit took me like 3 hours to make.
Yeah.
Nah,
it's good.
Hey.
But yeah, so I just started trying to think of what the fuck I'm gonna call myself. You know what I'm saying? So the only other name that I had, a nickname that I had, was Sant. And I got that name from a fucking crackhead in the neighborhood.
wait, he just call you like this same?
Yeah, instead of Santana, because everybody called me Santana. That was like my nickname, even though it's my last name. But then people he started calling me Sant. You know what I'm saying? So after that, the people that hung out with me around that time started calling me Sant. But it became kind of like a private nickname, you know, like only people in the streets really knew about it, not everybody. So when I started using the name, people probably didn't know where the fuck it came from. But the whole SANT413 shit, that was my fucking Instagram name. That's how it all started.
Okay.
And then I did a show, and shout out Malik James. He was performing in the show, and he started the show, and he was shouting everybody out and shit. And he said, shout out SANT413. And then like everybody already knew who it was. And then like when I went to like go to like Inappropriality, and I went to like DBN and shit, like the name started to kind of like carry itself, you know what I mean? Like people were starting to hashtag it and like use SANT413. So like it's almost like the music scene, the whole like kind of hip hop community, like the artist community in Western Mass, kind of like, I don't know, they kind of like gave me that name almost, you know what I'm saying?
Birthed it, yeah. That's what's up.
I mean?
So that's dope too. And speaking of that, because you're really deep in the community, like you definitely work with a lot of people.
Yeah.
Not like you're supportive. You know what I mean? Like
I show love to a lot of people.
Yeah, I've always seen your name around. And I gotta shout out Todd because he was here. That's why I said so. Todd was waiting out here like a kid waiting for his dad.
Had your shirt on.
He had your shirt on. He didn't show up.
He was here before I got here. He told me he was coming to like.
He wanted that selfie. So he just showed him.
Nah, I'm gonna have to link up with him, man. He's a good guy, man. I don't really even know like. It's because I seen him on Malay's because she got the Speak and Eat Facebook group.
Yeah.
And that's like I think I seen him go live one day.
Yo, that's my dude, yo. It's a shout out.
We all got to fucking take a selfie and just send it to him.
So what we did, because he really wanted selfie because he's really supportive too. So we took a selfie with him like here right there. So I gotta get you on the other side, and then we got Photoshop that so he can say he met you. Yo, just shout out to Todd, yo.
Right, shout out to Todd, man. That's a good dude right there.
Yeah, he is.
For real.
But man, what's new with you?
What? No, I'm chilling. I'm excited to meet you, man. I was actually hearing the album on the way here. The Prelude,
damn.
right? It's an album, not a mixtape, right? I don't know the difference anymore.
The
Like,
lines are
changed.
blurred nowadays.
It's changed so much. I don't know the difference, but that's Seen It All joint.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
I'm about to play that
Yo,
stage next time.
Yo, shout out to him, man, because
I
he posted the artwork on his page. Like people do that shit and they'll put it in their story on Instagram and shit like that. But this man actually posted that shit on his page, like kind of like, yo, this is what I'm fucking with right now. You know what I mean? And people don't do that shit like that. Like,
that shit was dope.
And then I just fucking found out that he fucking rapped and really good too. And I was like, yo, because I've seen him on here. You know what I'm saying? And like everything has kind of been like funny and like I knew he was a comedian and shit. Like. So then it fucked me up when I seen that he raps. And, like, and then I'm hearing, I'm like, they're like, yo, he been around for a minute. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, this is kind of crazy. But he put that shit on his page. And especially the fact that he's a rapper, too. Yeah. Rappers is competitive. They ain't trying to show love to nobody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, not everybody, but it's definitely a stigma.
I know what you're talking about.
I think
you see it.
There's a competitive edge.
It's that, like, no one, that we don't have a joint at Lucas here yet in Springfield. So, like, everybody's trying to be it. And they think that the way to do that is to like push everybody down by like not pushing other artists, like people that are not in your squad.
Crab in the bucket mentality.
Yeah, definitely. Like that's what people do. But I have 100% like faith in me, and I know what I'm good at. So I don't have a need to push other. I don't care if other people blow up before me. If anything, you're creating a ladder.
Yeah,
that's it.
That's what everything. That's what podcasting. That's what with music. That's what everything. Like everybody wants to be first. Like what does it matter? As long as you get to where you're going, you know what I mean? Like, fuck
Yeah.
it. Like,
you know what? It's that mentality, and it's the mentality that the world is actually a race. Because think about it, since kids, everyone's like, you gotta do this because you gotta get college, you gotta do this, you gotta be the first one to have the A. You know,
Right.
who was the student of the month? Because we always push that mentality.
Right.
When in actuality, if you see people who actually make it, like if you look at Steve Harvey's life, yo, it took him a while to get there. Bernie Mac, you know, rest in peace, one of my
Right.
faves. This dude was doing
I
fried
ain't scared of
fish
you,
while I say
motherfuckers.
fried.
Oh, yeah, I still listen to that.
Yo,
as a
yeah.
comedian, like
Yo.
that.
So you know,
Yeah.
it just shows you like it's time, you know, and
What's important is that
networking.
people are shedding light on the area. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? Like as a whole, it's not just one piece of the puzzle. You're gonna need other people to play their role in different things because, let's say Western Mass ends up becoming a huge like it already is like a melting pot of talent. So imagine if we had like a light on us, you know, and the world is paying attention to us, kind of like how they were paying attention to like Chicago or Atlanta.
Exactly.
Right? You don't want the world to just see one fucking side of this. You don't want them to just see the streets. You don't want you don't want them to just see this. You want to let people see everything.
Correct.
Like we got all types of rappers, we got all types of singers, all types of producers, all types of comedians and platforms that are, you know, dope as fuck to give us an outlet and shit. So it's like, well, I just feel like that's like a big piece to me, is that like I just want everybody to shine. You know what I mean? Like, and when one person is shining, you're only showing the world one part. It's like that's
Exactly.
kind of fucking selfish. That's selfish. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like I can never be like that. Can never be like that. I want other people to get on, even before me. Fuck it, I don't give a fuck you, because hopefully they see me.
yo,
along
because
the
still,
way.
right? The second and the third place fucking rappers are still making millions of dollars. So what the fuck does it matter?
Yeah.
When I say, I look at it like this: if LeBron James was, you know, going on your team, would you be all of a sudden mad like, fuck LeBron James? You know, he
I
thinks he's
don't know.
better
We
than
about
me.
to get
Nah, you about to get money.
We about
You
to get
don't
a
care.
chip.
So, the same mentality, yo. If you got some people that are like eyes are looking at him, yo, work together, because
Cool.
before you do that, everyone rises. Like,
Right.
and like you said about Western Mass, that everyone knows Connecticut, even movies within the movie industry and stuff like that. You know, everyone films in Connecticut, but they've also used Massachusetts a lot.
Yeah.
You know, our scenery and everything. Like, this place is gonna blow up. It's just a niggas just like, well, sorry, I'm trying not to say niggas, damn it. If
Why are you trying not to say niggas?
Because I'm trying to break that mentality.
Hold on. Let's address the elephant in the room. What the fuck happened to your beard? I've been holding that in this whole time. You're over here looking. You look like a wrestler right now.
Oh, what's his name?
Yeah.
What wrestler?
Black Hogan.
What the fuck's his name? Not Booker T, the other one.
R-Truth.
R-Truth, there. Yo, you look just like him, yo.
What happened? Did you
So-
lose a bet?
Nah. Every now and then, like, okay, so I'm gonna share something deep. Every now and then, what I do when I have a transition in life, in a spiritual accent, I shave all my facial hair off. You know, because I feel like that's like, you know, when you become a man is when you grow facial.
It's just he was eating pussy and it got too wet.
Hell
and he's
no,
like,
you gotta keep that shit in there.
Let me just shave
I
it
don't
all
do
off.
that. I savor the
I can't. You're a
flavor.
brave man. I can't do it.
You know, so that's what I think. I felt like we got some good vibes going on. I wanted to rock, so I'm like, yo, you know, I'm cleansing myself.
If I did that, I have all kinds of chins coming out like a fucking, like I have floaties on my face. I cannot
know what?
shave my beard.
That's I've seen, because I've seen some people shave beards. I'm like, nah, you can't do that no more.
Right.
I'm
Sometimes
lucky
you
'cause
can't
I
go
can't-
back.
yo.
It's the combo that you had me like, this dude's about to cut a promo. He's about to plug WrestleMania.
Just break Betty say. Ah! Yeah, that actually would be hilarious though.
You should.
We should
But I have a question for
buy
you.
a table.
Good.
As MC,
Right.
what was it that made you go, yo, this is what I wanted to do? Like, what was that moment that made you go, I want to rap?
I don't know. I guess I could tell you when I really became like interested in like the craftsmanship of the whole thing. When I heard If I Ruled the World, Nas
Yeah.
and Lauryn Hill. My parents were big fans of the Fugees and Lauryn Hill. And when I heard them, their music was so fused. They had so much shit. They had reggae and like kind of like dancehall and like hip hop, R&B. They had so much shit. So it's like, if you're gonna sit down and try to learn how to be a rapper, that might not necessarily be the best to listen to first, you know. But that's what I heard. It exposed me to the sound. And then when I heard Nas with Lauryn Hill, I was like, yo, like how the fuck did he like? And I was young, like I was a little kid, you know what I mean? But even at that age, it was like, wild to me that he was able to put these words together and memorize this shit. And like even though like I was so young, I didn't understand everything he was talking about. It was just kind of, it was even at that age, it was still like wild to me. So it just kind of sparked the interest of like, how the fuck did he do that shit? And then like as time goes on, I start listening to other people, listening to like Big Pun and DMX and Jay-Z and, you know, all the people from the 90s and shit. And it's almost like the challenge of like, yo, how the fuck did they do this shit? You know what I mean? Then I just started to try to do it. And that was, you know, I was probably still in elementary school. I think I started when I was like 8, 9, like around there.
Well, how old are you now?
I'm 28.
Yeah, that's when I started.
So I've been doing it for a long time. You know, like I've only been taking it serious for like the past 2 years on like a professional level, you know.
Okay, I see what you mean. So that
doing everything that an artist is supposed to, you know, do to get themselves out there, you know, for the past 2 years. But before that, you know, I was always writing and always into the music because it was always therapeutic for me. Because once I figured out how to do it, you know, everybody doesn't start off good. You know what I mean? Like, it takes time to develop your skills. You know what I mean?
Y'all know me. Y'all saw that shit.
You know?
That's right.
You know?
Yo, check out Rev's video.
So when
post that.
when you start off, you know, you're not the best and shit, but you still have thoughts, like, you know what I'm saying? You still have a life, you still have things that you experience and you want to talk about it or express yourself. And so even if you're not as good, you still have a way you have an outlet. And then you spend more time getting your thoughts out there, and then you just kind of get you realize it's therapeutic, but you also get addicted to it because you always have something to say.
Yeah, something to say, yeah.
And there's always something going on, especially in this day and age, you know what I mean?
Do you ever feel like some of your stuff from your past that you've written, like, could still be relevant today, like you could use? You know what I mean? Like from your younger days, you know what I'm saying? Like I always thought that would be cool, like if you could, you know, because you guys been writing since like, you know,
there's a lot of
stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if you go back, you know, you ever thought like maybe if I go back, well, this stuff that I write about, can I spit it now and still have that same feeling? You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about?
You can.
Yeah.
Like I found a notebook from a long time ago the other day. There was a lot of shit that I will never.
You rapping about fucking Pokemon and shit?
Nah, I was. You know what? Because I started because I was depressed. I was depressed when I was 9. So all my shit when I was a kid was really deep. I used to get in trouble for it because they used to be like, "What the fuck is wrong with this fucking kid?"
Well, you mean they used to like
they used to
find your thing?
I used to talk about like my parents, like the problems that, like, you know what I mean, like not having my dad around and stuff like that. Like I used to talk about
like,
that when
that
I
was like a
9.
DCF's like
yeah,
like, oh shit,
yeah, yo.
we don't have to do any work. It's all right here.
Yeah. That's what I used to rap about when I was 9. Like,
I relate. I know.
No, I know. I could tell. That's why, because your project is deep.
Yeah.
And that's what I like about your music is that there's a lot of soul.
Yo.
Yeah.
You know?
It is. And sorry, I got it because freaking Muse, Rob Santos, is using one of your songs for an intro into his thing. I think that was dope too because Rob is a deep dude.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean?
I was kind of blown away by that. I've been blown away by everything that's been happening, but that definitely was one of the things that surprised me. He hit me up. What was it? Well, maybe Friday. I think it was Friday or Thursday. Anyways, it was fucking a couple of days ago.
Not to cut you off. It's just because you do comedy and everything. Because you know we do comedy. It just reminded me all of a sudden.
Yeah,
so I definitely would have forgot about talking about that. Because I was surprised. You know, because like he's like Rob Santos in the comedy world in this area over here is like he's like a guru. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like he's one of those dudes that you just want to. You know, I guess in the rap world, like, you guys have one of those OGs that you know, like, yo, this dude says, yo, hey, from
Dame Rep.
Yes, Dame Rep. You know, he come up to you and be like, yo.
I didn't even know this motherfucker rap.
It is a mystery, man, I tell you.
Oh, shit. Nah, but yeah, that was shocking to me, like, because I didn't know, like, I feel like he just kind of found out about me and shit, you know what I mean? And I kind of just found out about him recently, too. And,
I don't even know who the fuck you talking about.
And,
he's a comedian. He's a comedian from Connecticut. Yeah. He does workshops and everything. Rob Santos. Oh. Yeah, we should definitely get him out. He's this dude is deep. Like I've seen him take a room of like 12 people, just like, you know, Everyone gives a fuck. I went up there, no one give a fuck. You know, this
He's
guy
got
goes up
like
there,
a.
this guy just go. It's his
He's got like a
presence.
Chappelle type of shit about
you know,
him.
and the stuff he talks about too is funny, but at the same time it hits you with impact. Like, you
Yeah.
know, it's deep stuff, and I think I feel like in this area he's underrated. I feel like a lot more people should know his name. You know,
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah,
saying because
Benny.
Yeah, Benny.
you know, I'm not gonna lie. I'm one of those like I watch everybody. I'm like a lurker. You know, I'll sit there and watch people's page and go through and read. I'm like, yo, fuck was, but I'm not really gonna be like always, because I don't know how people take things. So you know, people hate fanboys. You know, unless you're shout out
People
to
hate
my boy Todd.
stalkers.
Yeah, I walked in, he had a SANT413 shirt. I'm like, where the fuck you get that at?
He was telling me, he's like, I'm saving it for today and everything. I was like, you know, I had even cleaned it up, you know, because he's got cat hair. I'm like, yo, you go get it. He's like, oh man, I want to get cat hair on him.
He's like, you got a lint roller.
This dude was meeting Nas.
He was ready, yo, because when we were doing our second episode, because we do a joke and toke,
Yeah.
we do it. He was like, yo, I want to really play Sant's music. I'm like, okay. So he's playing. I'm like, yo, I love this song. So he's like, no, but this is my best song here. So he started playing it. He was just like, yeah, it's my shit. So before on, though, dude, you know, it's funny because he's like an old white guy.
Yeah,
he's like,
yeah,
dude, you know what I mean?
yeah.
He's pops. He sit there. He'll be like, because he's just getting into rap too. So he sit there. He'll be like. He'll start doing it, but imagine it's just Todd doing it, so it's fucking hilarious. Because I just like, these are moments I'm gonna cherish, you know.
So talk about the project.
Yo, so the prelude, man, that shit just kind of, that was all spontaneous, man. Like, I've been realizing that I plan a lot of things and they don't always go as planned. So
Nothing
like,
goes ever as planned.
You know what I'm saying? Some things might line up, but for the most part, it doesn't always go as planned. So I was just sitting on those songs for like a while. Like, I just kind of had them just sitting there, and I was starting to feel the, like, you know, with the whole like quarantine shit and everything like that, I was just kind of like, man, like, you know, this kind of sucks. Like, we're just kind of fucking in the house. Like, all I can do is just make music all the time. But I want to put some out too. You know what I mean? And I was going to do like singles. I was just going to kind of drop them here and there. I had the videos and shit already. So I was like, that'd be cool, you know, kind of drop a song, drop a video. But I was like, I just like the vibe of all these songs. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just felt like everything kind of vibed together. It just had its own vibe. And I was like, fuck it, let's just put it together as a project, you know what I mean? And I was like, what am I gonna call this shit? You know, and for some reason the prelude just kind of stuck to my head. Like, honestly, cause I know the prologue and the prelude. So I'm like, what's the difference of those two words? Like, you know what I'm saying? And they're pretty much the same thing. It's just that of how you use it. Correct. Like, a prologue would be like in a book or something. The prelude would be like back in the day when they did like music, you know, because back in the day they didn't have radio stations and shit like that, so people had to go and watch live music, like classical music and stuff like that. So the prelude would be like the beginning of the show, you know, it'd be playing like some
up and coming pianist might be,
you know, something like,
It's like the appetizer. Like the appetizer.
yeah, and then you know, and then the show, it gets to like the big show.
So like the prelude is pretty much when she in those panties and everything, right? And then the show is when it drop, right?
He always takes it somewhere sexual. You get used to it.
As he drinks, he's like, God damn it.
He got silk drawers on right now.
Yeah.
He probably ain't got no draws on right now.
But yeah, so then like the artwork, that's actually from the train station by my house, because you know I've been staying in the Worcester area for the past few years.
Yeah, I didn't. When they told me you're in Worcester, I was like, what? I thought this guy was from Springfield.
Right? You supposed to change it was 508 or some shit like that? Yeah. You gotta be San 508.
I'm not from out there though, so
Yeah. But that's still what's up. I know. I actually just only know one artist. She's an R&B singer, Omi Oh My. I just found her through Facebook. She's dope.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's cool that you're out there.
Yeah, there's a lot of talent over there too. It's kind of the same shit as over here. You know what I mean? It's kind of, for artists out here, that's like untapped like territory. Like, I don't really see a lot of people doing shows over there from out here. You know what I mean?
Truth.
And likewise with them.
People out here don't leave here.
I don't really see too many people from Worcester and shit coming this way. You know what I mean? It's the same shit though, because I got my eyes on what's going on over there and in Eastern Mass and Boston. You know what I mean? It's the whole fucking state.
I think Worcester you would think Worcester would be dope because you're right in the middle of Springfield in Boston. You know, the East and West.
Yeah, it's
side,
about
you
the
know what
same
I mean?
amount of time to get to both.
To get to both, so you get everything. So you should be getting talent like there, just like because you could hit all these spots. Because
Yeah.
you know, Springfield's not far from Hartford, so you know Hartford cats. Can
Yeah,
get
right,
around.
exactly.
But I don't know. People don't do stuff like you guys were saying. They don't leave.
They don't leave.
leave.
I feel like a lot of local rappers are gonna start hating me because I say shit all the time. It's
You
true.
speak the
It's
truth.
alright,
It's
though.
not
You gotta-
shit.
you
It's
gotta
fucking-
say
it's
it,
when I
facts.
say that
Yeah.
was false, it's true. But he moves and now as far as the production for the album, is that something that was at
Like the
in-house?
vibe?
The beats.
Oh, nah, the beats, those are all from YouTube and
Like
shit.
BeatStars and stuff.
Yeah, just producers that I
Nah,
came
well
across.
then that's even better because that means you have like a good ear. Because I didn't hear it. I'll be honest, and if I didn't like it, I would just avoid talking about it.
Yeah.
But like I like every song.
Let's talk about my album. What album?
I was like, I didn't know you rapped.
Yeah.
Nah, like I actually like every track. There's just certain tracks that I like bump louder than the other ones. Like
Yeah.
Seen It All is my favorite because it was just something I relate to.
Yeah.
And it's just hard as fuck. Like the beat is I heard it in my car for the first time the other day. Like actually the other day, I'm stupid. Today. I was this morning like driving here and I had that shit cranking.
Yeah,
looking
it's
at
like-
other people in cars like, nah, that's
It's
dope.
like-
So you have a
it's
good
grimy,
ear.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I've connected with other producers in the area. You know what I'm saying? There's definitely a lot of fucking talented producers, and that's one of the things that I've been leaning towards is wanting to get more work with other producers in the area. You know, it's just that I have been writing music like consistently. I really locked myself into doing this shit since like 2015. It's just I didn't have the resources and everything in order for me to start fucking recording and start putting my shit out there. You know what I mean? It took some time, it took some money. You know what I mean? It took some focus too. So I had a lot of music already written to beats that I found on YouTube and shit like that. And then whatever, I fucking leased them and did that whole shit. And I think it like those like that project. Like I have projects in the tuck. You know what I'm saying? Like I always do shit like that. I always build projects. Like I always have multiple projects just laying
So
around.
you have another one to drop at the end of this year if need be?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
That's what's up. You think you might do it?
I was leaning towards it.
That's fucking exciting. Yeah, that's dope.
That's what Pain and Glory is.
Is that the name of it?
Pain and Glory, that's the project.
Oh, did you just premiere that now? Like the name?
Nah, I've
that
been
an
putting
Close.
I've been putting it out there since the end of last year. But no one really kind of knows what it's going to sound like or what is going to be on it, especially now that they heard this. Like, I like to keep people guessing. They don't know what to expect. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like
because if you listen to my first project, This Is For You, it sounds completely different than the Prelude. You know what I mean? Like, it's a completely different vibe. It's like all the people, like on my first project, everybody knew I could rap. Everybody that grew up with me and knew me, they knew I could rap the way that I'm rapping on the Prelude. But the sound is changing. You know, I'm not trying to just rap over fucking Mobb Deep type beats for the rest of my life. I need to change. I need to evolve with the sound as an artist. You know what I'm saying? So these younger kids out here, they fuck with this type of shit. Like, this is the type of music they make. This is what they like. So me wanting to challenge myself, I said, fuck it. I'm going to do a whole project with their type of sound, but I'm going to rap my ass off on this shit, and I'm going to make it hot. So then when all my people that already knew I could rap heard that shit, they were like, yo, like, this is not what we're used to from you, but it was a challenge for me, you know what I'm saying? But the new people were probably like, he could rap, you know, he alright, you know what I'm saying? But I don't feel like people really took me like serious like that, like as an MC.
Yeah.
Until I think
So-
now it's like people are like, oh shit, like he could rap, you know what I'm saying? Like he could really do this shit. So I could always do it.
So I have a question.
What's good?
I'm gonna interrupt. Squirrel moments. I do that a lot. My bad. Would you guys work together?
Fuck yeah.
Of course.
Because
We're
you know what?
even
I'm
dressed
sorry.
the same, I
I'm
noticed.
just saying like yo, because I was gonna say the same.
looking at
Yeah, all the way down to the sneakers and everything.
Even dressed the same to the
And it's
sneakers.
yo, I was like, yo, and then on top of it, like I'm like, Rev's music's great.
Yeah.
Yo, I can't wait. Yo, he has some deep songs too. So after I was thinking, I don't know why I had like.
Yo,
this
did you
moment.
drop your album yet?
We're here for Sant.
Oh, real
Not
quick.
yet. We are all still waiting, but we're not gonna address
Real
those.
quick, Dame told me to tell you, what's up? Make moves and spread love.
Hey, shout out to Dame, man.
He's in Rhode Island.
Is he? Rhode Island?
Yeah.
He's in Rhode Island. I thought he was.
Yeah, he's in Rhode Island.
I thought he was in like fucking.
He's in Rhode Island, guys.
Miami
He's in Rhode Island.
He's in Rhode Island, guys. He's in Rhode Island.
He's in Rhode Island.
He's in Rhode
Oh,
Island.
yeah. He's in Rhode Island. Wink, wink.
You know, quarantine. We can't travel outside New England, so he's in Rhode Island.
Rhode Island, ladies and gentlemen. Should make it obvious.
My bad.
I would 100%.
Yo, because I could just see a sick ass collab.
Yeah,
Just all because like your music, you're like the
Yo, you should
vibe-
have switched it up and be like on his comedy album.
Hell yeah. Yo, Wale did that with Jerry Seinfeld.
That shit was whack, though. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That shit was garbage.
That album?
What?
The whole album?
I hated that album.
What?
I fucking hated
My
it.
heart.
Oh my god.
like it either. Nah, I don't know. Like, I think Wale's talented.
He's talented, but the album was trash.
I can't talk
I'm sorry.
shit about Wale because he's famous and people
Yeah,
know
yeah.
I rap. Nah, I'm not picking on you. It's just mad people say that to me. I'm like, motherfucker, I pay him for years. But no, it's just comedy. Like, for some reason, like you have to recognize in life when like the universe is telling you to do certain things, and like I had to work at being a good rapper. Like, I've been rapping since 9. I'm about to be 32. I realized last week on a podcast I said I'm about to be 31. That was alcohol. I am already 31. I'm turning September 1st. I'm turning 32. But
Oh shoot, it's my brother's birthday. That's what's up.
words, Virgos. But like
Yeah, Virgos.
it's just I had to try. I had to work and grind at being good. Comedy I started in 2018, and I have my own show. You know what I'm saying? Like, and doors just open when you're doing what you know you were put
Yeah.
here to
Supposed
do.
to do, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a
like,
fact.
he's been rapping like you started taking it serious. You said like a few years ago, and already I can see you flying. I do.
Yeah.
So that's what like you just have to recognize the things that
The universe.
that you're here for.
Exactly.
And I think that, you know, comedy is just more it's I love music. I always love music. My parents do music. You know what I'm saying? My mom's in a band still. My dad
bachata?
was a DJ. Nah, my mom, you want to hear something wild? My mom, I'm 100% Puerto Rican, both sides of the family. My mom's in a rock band.
What?
Yeah.
No way! I met your mom, and that's even makes her even more awesome. Yo. I thought that's awesome. Like, is it like an English rock band or a Puerto Rican rock band?
No, it's just rock.
Just rock.
Like all kinds of she does covers.
Yo, real quick. Remember the purple dude from McDonald's?
Grimace.
Grimace?
Is that what I look like?
Yo, I'm staring at you for a hot minute. I'm like, yo.
Oh, I thought you were about to lay down more rules. Because he was like, yo, real quick. And I thought he was about
I was like,
to tell us
I'm
who
looking at the table like, whose cup's on there?
Yo,
I look like Grimace?
That's fucked up, man. That's
Look at him. No? Yo.
fuck, he's the boss. No, but
I don't see it.
You don't? Just imagine him purple.
No, you know what? You know what the thing is, because we've talked about this, and we've talked about this a lot. He has such a wide figure. So I played football. You know what I mean? So every time I see him, he just reminds me of like a lineman. You know, with those, but they're those big
A purple
guys with
lineman
baby
named
faces.
Grimace?
States talk about my shoulders.
Dude, you're just like, you don't think about trees, man. Like, I feel like he just like grabs and rips them out. I'm like, you know, like, you got the beard too. Like, I swear in his free time, he just like,
You don't?
I don't. I can never get a beard though. I can only get that goatee. You know, that's all.
That's crazy. You're Puerto Rican too, right?
Yeah, half, yo.
Do you like
Oh,
it?
what's the other half?
Do you like it?
White, it's just a bunch
Just
of...
Oh,
white
he just
is
said
just, white is kind of
He was like-
just,
It was just
all
a
others.
mixture of European.
It's just like when you say. I feel the same way when I say black though. You know, when people like, "What are you?" I'm like Guyanese and.
Yeah,
It's like, you know, it's like everyone's like, "Oh, Guyanese."
I'm like, so you're black?
So you're just black though. Like,
yeah.
But you could have just kept it short and sweet.
you know, you're just black.
Nah, yeah, I don't know. I just try to keep it simple. Like, yeah, like I'm half white, half Puerto Rican.
Before I knew you rap, like, I mean, when I used to just see your like pictures and
Yeah.
stuff like that talking on Facebook, I thought you were Irish. You know,
I am,
so-
yeah, I am.
And what, motherfucker? Nah, but like, what do you listen
Anyways,
to? No, I
You listen to Irish folk music, asshole.
I've noticed, me personally, and people can say I'm wrong. I'm not. But like people, I've noticed when people just you have an eclectic taste in music, like you listen to a bunch of different things.
I guess it depends on how I'm feeling, where I'm at. You know, I enjoy music. It doesn't really necessarily have to be.
That's what I was looking for.
It doesn't have to be.
So you guys listen to country
people.
Yeah,
hey, there might be a couple country joints that are all right. I ain't gonna lie. Rock, fucking Spanish music, fucking dance hall, reggae.
Yep. That's the
It's
point I was
fucking
getting.
music.
Celtic
you know?
blues.
Okay. I'll be listening to that Riverdance shit.
Nah, that was the point.
Why
I was
you come
getting
out with
at.
a Riverdance remix? Yo.
The point I was getting at is that when people, I've noticed good artists, when you ask them what they listen to everything.
Yeah.
People who I think that are not
House
they're
Young
terrible,
get
they only
different
listen
ideas.
to rap. Like
Yeah,
I've noticed
nah.
rappers who only ever listen to rap and they don't fuck with nothing else can't rap.
That's why they all
But the
say
people,
same.
it's not that they can't rap; it's that they don't make good music because they don't know music, they don't study music, so they don't make good music. People that make good music listen to a wide variety of things. If you like dive into any of your favorite artists like Tupac,
Like
Jay,
Kanye when he did the fucking Darth Punk.
Yeah.
What was that?
Kanye, like everybody like reveres, like these people listen to everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like you can't just listen to rap and expect to make good music.
Yeah, you gotta keep your ear open to everything else. You know what I mean? Like, I always liked music. Like hip hop was obviously what I loved more than all the other genres. You know what I mean? But I don't know. Maybe it's because just like the culture and like everything about it. You know what I mean? Like growing up, that's just kind of what it was. Like everybody listened to hip hop in my neighborhood, and everywhere I went, everyone listened. You know, it was a culture. You know, it's a culture. You know what I'm saying?
You
Like,
couldn't do hip hop, right? Like say
it didn't exist.
hip hop just all of a sudden. What other thing would you like? Like what's the other part of you other than music? You know what I mean? Like if you had to like let your fans know. I always like asking people this because it's nice to know like
is a dope
other
question.
than hip hop.
Comedy.
Like what would it be? Like if you could put your heart into something else, like you know.
OnlyFans.
Nah.
Say, you know, everyone has a talent.
He goes, y'all are wild on this fucking
Look, he's
show.
like,
Yeah,
I'm done. You know?
Nah. I always like writing, so it'd probably be something involving writing. Even though, like,
So we probably write stories, or
yeah, maybe like books and shit or whatever. Like, I always enjoyed writing.
yeah, he said books and shit.
Yes, I was about to point that out. I don't know books and shit, man. Why the fuck you asking these questions?
Books.
I'm an MC.
Yeah.
Like what else do you write? It's books and shit.
But as I've gotten older too, like I also kind of like I feel like there was a point in my life where I kind of realized like, yo, like there's a lot of kids and a lot of people who have gone through things that I've experienced and shit. So it's like I think that was also a thing that I thought about like years ago. This is years ago, probably way before like I really started taking the music serious. But
Yeah,
I was thinking like, yo, like maybe one of these days I could be like somebody who fucking helps kids that are like, you know, disadvantaged youth and shit like that. People that are coming from where I'm coming from, you know what I mean? Because I remember growing up and like people couldn't relate, you know, like the older people like around couldn't relate to everything, you know what I'm saying? Like, so having people who can relate to you and understand you and not like be so judgmental and shit, like kids need that fucking shit. Like kids be growing up and be feeling like they're alone and all this shit. Nah, brother, you got a lot of people out there that are older than you that have been through the same shit you've been through, you know what I mean? So even with now that I make music, that doesn't mean that I still don't feel that way. Like, I don't know.
I'm happy you said that because I feel like your music is like that. You know what I mean? Like that.
Yeah.
It still has that way of like still being that voice to say you're not alone.
It's
type
explicit, but like if you're like a 17-year-old coming from where I'm coming from and you're listening to my music, you don't hear me like yeah, I guess in a sense I'm speaking about things, so maybe it could slightly glorify certain shit, you know, but in reality, if you really listen to what I'm talking about, I'm telling people like, yo, you need to get the fuck out the streets.
Yeah.
You need
That's why
to
we're
do
waiting for
this shit.
Revs.
This is what I'm doing, you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like I know where that shit leads to. Like, I've been around so much shit, and it's like my music's not necessarily for kids, but if you're playing this,
Let's be honest.
If you're playing this for somebody who's a teenager,
I just gotta say this one thing. Sorry, because
they're gonna get it.
when people say my music isn't for kids, I think that's like the worst thing to say, because when you're a kid, it was that music that wasn't for kids that got you through that shit that you
That's
couldn't
true.
be. You know what I mean? Like, I understand what you're saying, like for like labeling reasons and everything like that. With
Yeah.
But if you really look at it, like us as kids, right? You know, because you guys both talked about, you've mentioned it before. I'm only bringing because you mentioned it today too, about like when music changes, as a good artist, you should change too.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you look at it too, like the people who really hate the music that's coming up because they're stuck in that timeline, they're not adapted to change, and they're still physically themselves in that change. You know, not having changed in that time.
Right.
You know, but when you could adapt to music and you could adapt to change of things, you could adapt to a change in mentality.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we always say kids, but when we were kids, we were thinking about some deep shit. Back then, if you guys all think about it, because we all know that. We think of it, but it was the artist. It was like, okay, I really don't fuck with rap that much. I'll be honest, I never have. But there was some people like Nas. I love Nas. You know, Jay-Z. I didn't know anything about the drug game, but I love listening to Jay-Z.
Yeah.
You know?
I think there's a huge difference between glorification and education.
Yeah.
Like, talking about something isn't necessarily glorifying it. Glorifying it, I think, is what's happening now. When people are talking about perks,
And
all
that's
that
why
stuff.
I said that about it maybe not being for kids, is because like people can get that confused.
Yeah, because they're making it. They're trying to make it seem cool.
Yeah, like they think that I'm like promoting certain shit, but I'm not. It's like I'm just speaking about it, and that's
As education.
That shit is crazy when fucking people hit me up like, yo, like, you know, this song, I relate to this shit so much, and like, you know, it really hit me, and like shit like that. Like I get that a lot, you know what I mean? And that's like my whole style. Like I just always I stopped focusing on being like a technical rapper and like wanting to have the best shit, like the best punchlines and the best. Like I don't really give a fuck about that shit. Like I'll sit and watch like the URL, like the smack rap battles and shit. Like I know where I can go to kind of listen to that stuff, and I can still put it in my music, but I just feel like that's not my purpose. I'm not here to be like the most fucking technical, lyrical, miracle MC. I'm here to, I have a different purpose.
Thank you.
I'm here. I've been through some real shit, and I'm going to talk to the people who need to hear this, because there's a lot of people where I come from that are they're still going through it, you know what I mean? So it's like, when they hear my shit, it's inspiring. It's like, yo, like, this is the type of shit that make me want to do something. This is the type of shit that make me want to start a business. This make me want to get out the streets. This make me want to change my whole life around, just because they know I come from where they come from and they see me doing what I'm doing. You know what I mean? So it's like, I have a bigger purpose than just being, you know, like this fucking ultimate wordsmith. I don't need to do that. I can just say what the fuck I gotta say and hit the people the way I got to, and I'm still gonna get the love and the respect for what I do, because it's genuine. It's authentic. There's no... Everything I've said, everything I've talked about, it's all real shit. It's all from my life. It's all from the people around me, and I'm telling their story because they don't have a voice. They have a voice, but they don't have an outlet the same way that I do.
So you're pretty much an MC for the people.
Yeah.
That's the vibe you know, that's the vibe I got from you off the album, off of, you know, and now meeting you, talking to you personally, it's like you're an MC for the people. Like, you're just, everything you're gonna get is gonna be legit, real, and you're not, I'm gonna say it, you're not gonna sell out.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And you're not looking to, like, you know. So here's the thing, right? If we're gonna play devil's advocate now.
Okay.
All right. Right? So say some nice record label comes up to you and they want to give you, like, you know, they're gonna give you an amazing deal, but they want you to switch up your look. Right? They want you to do a little more promoting that, you know, we need a little more liquor sales in the hood going up. So we need you more, you know, these type shit. Mm-hmm. Would you do it for the money, or would you stick, you know, like, nah, you know, I'll still be the solo guy and stay where you're at?
Yeah, because first of all, I know I can get it without them.
That's all I need to hear.
And the other thing is that if those people are coming to me to ask me to, like, be a part of their label and to change my look or whatever, like, clearly they see something in me, which means that they're not gonna be the only ones.
And that's what I want people to realize, because a lot of
don't get it twisted. It's tough being an independent artist. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of work that gets put into it. But if you fucking have the good team around you and you have some fucking work ethic, you can get this shit done. You could do this shit. You just got to build with the right people and have the right people around you.
I like that you said that, because
You know what I mean?
there's a lot of people right now. I know a lot of artists that are dope, but their circle is like you can do this all by yourself. You can't. And anybody who says that they were successful on their own is ripping somebody off of credit.
Thank you.
Right.
They're not giving somebody credit. Nobody does it.
That's at Dame Rev.
Nah, for real. No, for real. Like, people are ripping people off of their credit going, oh, I came up on my own. No, the fuck you didn't. Because if you did, who shoots your video if it's not you? Like, who's helping you? Like, people are helping you. And people are really, I feel like people are really selfish when they say, so I'm glad you said, like, when you have a good team around you, because that shit's really, it's really, your circle is very, very important, because everybody has to have the same goals as you.
Yeah, they used to say you are who you chill with. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
fact.
And that's
If you chilling with some motherfuckers that's just gonna try to be sitting around all day, fucking playing 2K, smoking weed and shit, that's probably what you're gonna be doing too.
But my 2K character is gonna be amazing. Yo, he's saying shit about my 2K character.
Hell yeah, 2K golf.
No disrespect to everybody out there doing that.
But everyone has everybody
you know what I'm
has
saying?
their own
I've
thing.
been that motherfucking person. I'm pulling up. I'm like, word, he playing 2K. Let me roll up. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't about to go write no music. I'm chilling down. You know what I mean? Like,
You gotta put the work in there. I think
but
everyone
that's the
feels,
thing is that sometimes when you get comfortable living a certain way and chilling a certain way with certain people, as much as you might love them, as much as you enjoy being in that environment, you have to get the fuck out of that shit too. You have to know when to balance that shit. Like, you can't just be always chilling with
growth.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta get to this fucking bag. You gotta get
That's
out
it.
here and do what you gotta do and get shit done. There's plenty of time to fucking chill when you have the time. You make the time to do that shit. You know what I mean? You don't have to just
That's why you're one of my favorite lines is what you said. Like what was it? I don't want to. You know, I've been practicing it, so I didn't fuck it up. Now I'm gonna fuck it up. Now.
If you're bumping this shit now, I appreciate you, because once they see you blowing up, that's when they start to hate you.
Yes, and I was like, that's the truth, because everybody's like, yeah. And then you start going because I got you got the ball now. I'm running to hit that touchdown for us to win. People like, why'd you run it without me?
Right.
Also, that shit is expensive, and like
People.
I hate that free shit. Like when people are like, "Yo, let me get this, let me get that, let me just get your CD." I'm like, you know how much this costs? On average, like when you produce a project,
Yo, because the only thing they see is the CD that costs 98 cents for
at least $500.
It's worth more than what we sell it
What
for.
people don't realize about creatives is we working a 9 to 5 like you, and then on top of it, we're putting the rest of the time into our craft.
Yeah.
So you may work 40 hours for somebody else. We work 40 hours for somebody else, and then whatever much more we can put in to ourselves to get there, to give you this thing that we're charging only $10 for.
Right.
But like you guys said, or the show we're only charging $10 a seat for. You know what I mean? Because comedy's the same way,
With that being said, let's talk is switching to OnlyFans for a monthly fee. Get all our episodes.
Our bonus episodes, all in nude.
This is all in
Our
nude.
bonus episodes.
It'll be after
After dark. The late show with Maverick Prasad
You wear thongs.
The bonus episodes
and
with
his licorice
boners.
draws.
You know what? Now I gotta get some, just because now it has to be a meme. It has to be.
That's the
set.
second time it's come up.
Yeah, I have to get it. I have to film myself walking around someplace with them. Guys, give me a place publicly. Let's go. Let's do this.
The Eastfield Mall.
Yeah, you saw
There's not that many people there now.
There ain't nobody there now. You can fucking walk around freely.
They'll probably be happy. Like, thank God.
Yo, did you hear the movies just left?
Yeah.
Wait, really?
Yo, the movies didn't even tell them. They just showed up with trucks and started throwing shit out.
So Eastwood Mall has no cinema now.
Nope. But supposedly 2 other theaters are looking to move in. So we'll see.
So let's all go in. Let's buy the Eastfield Mall. Let's make that the place. We can have a club there. We can have music. We can have art. We have comedy.
Hey, it used to be lit back in the day, though.
Yo, it did.
Yeah.
Well,
Back in the
supposedly
day,
they're supposed to be
once-
getting a bunch of new stores. Supposedly, that was the article.
They need like something to kind of like
Listen,
renovate like the whole business and everything.
Just make it look not
when
ugly.
he banned like all the kids coming there, to slow things down is what fucked it up. Because
When was that?
That was fucking years
Years
ago.
ago.
I was like in
Oh,
high school.
yeah. I remember
that's when
that.
the decline happened. After that, like lots of stores.
I
started
thought that
pulling
was
out.
only the Holyoke Mall.
No, the Holyoke Mall did it. Well, Holyoke Mall because Holyoke.
I
Mall,
remember
But
that
then
when
the
they
Eastwood Mall
banned
did-
kids.
Yeah, they couldn't be in there without an adult.
I don't like those
Yeah.
little motherfuckers either.
Yo, I'm
Disrespectful bastards. I'm sorry. Like, yo, that'll be a whole podcast one day.
Yo, we need it. No, we do need it because we talked about it once about like how Rev hates, not hates, but just the kids.
don't like them. Like,
They're a pain in the ass.
yeah,
Like, what the
they're
fuck?
just not. They're raised.
Okay,
different.
were you guys like a pain in the ass kids, or were you guys like?
Me, I was an angel.
I grew up afraid of my mom.
Me too. So I feel like people who like grew up.
I know I was a
restricted.
pain in the ass.
But the people who are pain in the ass, they let that slide. Like, oh, I know how it was, so it's all good. So I think that's where the anger comes from when you're older, because you've been dealing with that. You've been the good kid. You're just tired of that shit. Like,
I don't think it's that I wasn't. It's that I just never my whole life.
You had pain in the ass moments, but you
I
weren't
had
like pain in the
moments,
ass
but
yeah,
I
but you
didn't.
weren't
You know
just,
what
like,
I never
pain in the
did? I
ass.
never disrespected people for no reason.
oh yeah,
I never thought it was cool to do that.
like funny.
You know what I'm saying? I never thought, and that's what I see. Like I went on Black Friday to the mall, right? Because I got dragged, and bro, there are kids fighting. They went there just to fight in the middle of the mall, and I'm like, where the hell are their parents? It's 3:00 in the morning. I don't know what the fuck I'm there. But it's 3
But you're an adult that's
it's
gonna
3
buy
o'clock in the
something.
fucking morning, and like, yo, tell me why these kids just literally just went there to do that because they thought it was cool, and I was just like, I'd fuck you up. Like, if you were my kid, I'd go to jail now. Because I think that's why. It's because you discipline them too much, you go straight to prison, or you get them taken from you. This got dark.
Like, fuck, take them.
Got, like,
You know what?
into a dark show.
No, but the thing is, that's
Let's talk after dark.
that's you know what? It's hard because I'm in that situation as a dad. It's like you want to beat the shit out.
Whoop his ass.
You know?
No.
But I'm at a part where, like, don't get me wrong, he got his ass whoopings because we had this talk. Actually, it was funny. We had this talk last night. I was like, why are you so, like, you know, every time he does something, I'm like, dude, you know, because now I'm just like dude with him. Like, I'm not. Like, I told him, I'm like, you're 10. I ain't beating your ass anymore. You're getting big. That hurts my hand. I'm tired. There's too much energy. I just want to talk to you, man. That's all we want to do is talk. You know, and he's getting mature now to realize, like, all right, Dad, I'll talk. But he also still has that, like, little kid, you know, if he doesn't take that nap, get that tantrum, or if he doesn't eat, he's like me, like a little bitch. I'm like, damn it. I don't know how my wife puts up with me when I don't eat.
You gotta get you a fucking Snickers.
Yo, for real. Like, am I all, like, guys, are you guys like that too? Like, we're all past our, you know.
Do I get hangry?
Do you get hangry? Yeah.
No.
I get fucking, when I need sex, I get mad if I don't have sex after a while. She looked at me like,
Nah, I don't
Blink
get
twice
hangry.
if you're saying.
I don't get hangry. I only turn into a monster in traffic.
In traffic.
When I'm on Sumner Ave, I turn into a piece of shit. I hate everybody. I can't stand. I already talked about this, right?
You did.
How people can't drive. I know I'm not the best, but I swear nobody has a license but me. Like, when I'm on that freaking street.
I hate when people whip out in front of you and then go slow.
oh, hell.
Like, I don't care if you whip out in front of me, but like, and now you're gonna go below. I'm like, what? You know,
Like,
I
motherfucker, you could have waited.
what,
Right.
what pisses you off? Well,
Right.
this is what we're talking about it. Like, you seem like so chill. Like, if the wind blows east instead of west, is that what pisses you off?
Nah,
Like,
I don't know.
You let that shit
Now
build,
I'm
right?
kinda-
You let that shit build?
Now that I'm kind of on the spot, I don't know. I mean, people do a lot of dumb fucking shit. I don't know. I guess I'm just kind of like, I don't expect people to just be like perfect. I just know that they're gonna be fucking on that bullshit. So
Do whack beats piss you off? It didn't piss me off.
there's a lot of things. I hate when an artist sends me a beat and they're like, "This is what I think that you would sound."
Yeah,
good
that's
on."
trash.
And I'm like, "Yeah, that ain't the one, bro. That ain't the one."
do they get mad at you for like even saying like no thank you or stuff like
Yes.
that? Do they be like, oh, you ain't shit? What, you think you too good for my stuff? Like, do they,
I don't think I've got to that level yet, but
you've gotten that?
Have you?
Yeah, because I'm not as nice as him.
Wait, so you don't tell the person the beats, you just say no thank you, or you just
I just say it's not for me. We'll try to do something else.
I say,
so you give them hope that they could work with you, but you really don't want to work with them.
Like
No, I don't say
Beyonce?
that.
holy shit.
Nah, we can still work. It's just you just got to get the right beat.
Get a beat that doesn't
You know what I'm
sound.
saying? Because at the same time, I have integrity with my shit too. Like now, it's like I'm putting myself out there even more. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I also can't just be on a song with somebody that's just talking about anything. Like, you know what I mean? You could be talking about some shit that I just really don't agree with, and I really don't fuck with your message, and I'm not gonna do the song with you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
that's just how I am. Like,
What if they were to pay you, devil's advocate? Dun, dun, dun.
No.
I appreciate you guys, yo. Thank you, because you know what? I'm not gonna lie.
Like, I'm just saying that shit on camera.
Well, no, 'cause you know what? Sometimes I've like some rappers before. I'll look at how they started off. I was like, yo, I really would have used to fuck with them back then. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And then you hear them now. It's like,
Just because you think somebody's dope doesn't mean that they fit with you on a song. right? Like,
Yeah.
I don't.
Sometimes there's people who I really fuck with. I think they're dope as fuck, but I don't really see us ever really doing anything like musically. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So you can still respect their art and talent stuff like that, but it's like I'm
Yeah,
not gonna.
yeah.
I'm not gonna work with you, but I respect who
all
you
right,
are and everything.
Here's like a perfect example.
Yeah.
Yola. Me and Yola, we was just chopping it up the other day. Yola's a good dude, man. He's a good dude, and he's been supporting me pretty much ever since he found out about me. Shout out to Yola. But like, he makes like completely different music than I do. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least what we've pretty much heard from him. You know.
Yeah.
But we come from the same type of place. We come from the same type of background. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's nothing for us to like chop it up and talk. You know what I'm saying? For like 2 hours and just like just drop game back and forth. But we're not like focused on like, oh, let's get a track together. Like, nah, we're out here just grinding. We're just happy to be doing what we doing and shit. You know what I mean?
I see that.
So it's like, there's people who we might not vibe and make the same type of music and shit,
But you
but
still-
outside of the music, we're fucking cool. And you know what I'm saying? Like, and then there's other people who people would be like, yo, you and that guy got to do a track together. And it's like, that person probably doesn't fuck with me for whatever reason, because I'm good and they're good and they don't want to be in the same light as me, or maybe they have more of a name and they don't want to shed too much light on me. That's real shit. That shit
Does that
happens.
happen?
I'm pretty sure.
Pretty sure that happens all the time.
Yeah, I'm sure it does. I very rarely will they say that to you, but
You feel the,
you can
could
feel it.
tell. You could just feel the vibe of
Yeah,
everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm good at reading energy and how people carry themselves and how they kind of put energy towards me. You know what I mean? So it all goes, you know, it is what it is. Fuck it, you know? I'm just here to do what I got to do and build with people who want to build. You know what I mean? If you want to build, you want to really do this shit, man, then we can do it. I'm not gonna fucking go to your house and drag you out and make you come to the studio.
yeah.
I'm not gonna hit you up a
million times, like,
like, yo, we're over here, we're already here. Like, nah, brother. Like, if you trying to cook up, you trying to get this music shit popping, then, you know, do it. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But I can't be your father. I can't be your parent and like really make you do some shit. If you just really don't want to do it or you don't have the time to do it, then, you know, fuck it. But if you want to make it happen, we'll make it happen. But I'm not gonna chase you down no more, because it's at the point where now I'm busy. I'm always making music. I'm always doing shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I got shit to do. I'm coming from a place that I don't want to go back to. So it's like, I got to go hard with this shit. This is all I got. You know what I mean? Like, it's not all I got. I'm smart. I'm intelligent. But this is what I've put so much of my life towards. You feel
Can I
me?
ask a personal question?
What's good?
Like, how bad was it where you came from? Because you mentioned that a lot right now in our conversation, but you also, you know, in your music too. Like was it? If it's too personal, man, you don't have to say. You know, I'm not trying to have an Oprah moment, but I'm just trying to say, like, you know, like,
are you lying to us?
no, like, you know, because you know, the thing is, like, you have such a great aura and energy. You know what I mean? And you talk about how bad it was. You know, some people that breaks people. You know what I mean? They're not as optimistic as men like you, especially being a man. You know what I mean?
Right.
Most of the time we're like, fuck it, you're fucking mad bitch, you got 8 kids everywhere, you're still miserable, you're living like a teenager. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's the truth, you know. But
Yeah,
you know, that place was, you know, we obviously know it was bad.
Yeah.
You know, but you pushed through it. But like, what is it that still haunts you about it? I guess, you know. I know it's deep. It's a deep.
He's like,
question.
well, growing up in Wilbraham, no.
that would be bad for me. I understand.
He's not John Cena. I quote hard streets of West Newbury, Massachusetts.
Nah, like, I moved around pretty much my entire life.
Yes, sir.
You know, like, I'd be lying if I said that I was only from Springfield. I'm not only from Springfield. Like, I lived in Springfield. I lived in the Bronx. Yeah, I spent some time in Westfield, but even when I was in Westfield, shit was fucked up over there because, you know, a lot of people don't know. There's a lot of shit that be going on in Westfield too, you know what I'm saying? Like, but it's like, now I'm living out in Worcester, you know what I'm saying? And just like, I've lived in different places my whole entire life, always been around shit, been in New Jersey, been in Connecticut, been in Pennsylvania, been all over the fucking place. And like, there's one thing that's always is just common throughout my life is that I've always been in like different places that like it's rough, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's rough being like a young man coming up, like, especially when you coming from like the projects and shit. Like, shit is fucked up. The way that shit is set up it's crazy. You know what I mean? Like, and like one of my biggest fears is that like my people that I have love for, that they kind of don't wake up and like see that like this shit is fucked up. Like you need to make a move and get out of here, because this shit's a trap. Like literally.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to get too in depth.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
But if you want to, if you want.
Nah, yeah, like I've seen a lot, done a lot, been around a lot of shit. You know what I mean? And from an early age to now, and in the past few years, I just changed my whole life around personally. You know, obviously people know what's up. They hear shit that I talk about in the music. You know,
that's what I'm saying. So this saying who you are right now.
I'm blessed to be here right now, chilling with you guys, talking about this, and people are gonna watch this and they're gonna be like, damn, like, you know, he's doing the podcast and shit. Like, all of this shit is a bonus for me. All of this shit is a bonus. You know what I mean? Like, I could really not be here right now. Like, I could be in jail, or I could be fucking dead. You know what I mean? And that's real shit. And that's why I go so hard. That's why it fucks me up when I see other people not going hard for themselves, because it's like, bro, like, you don't know how blessed you are. You don't know how because I be knowing people's story, and I'm like, damn, like, you've been through some shit too. Like, you blessed to be doing this music shit, or you blessed to have a talent and do this shit. Like, you got a fucking chance. A lot of people don't got a chance. You know what I'm saying? You got an opportunity. Like, you could just put your fucking heart into this shit, and you could really change your life around. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing.
It shows, man. It shows.
I have no other option. This is it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what I'm gonna do. All
right, we're actually about to wrap it up. So if you want to say anything to everybody out there, let them know.
Yo, shout out Self Invest. You know, got a shout out.
Shout out, yo, shout out Self. Like the last 4 guests have all had Self.
So yo, she
like in a row, like straight in a row.
Yeah, she out here, man. Shout out to everybody that supports me, and I appreciate everybody that's been showing a lot of love from my project and my website, my merch and shit. Like, it's amazing, man. And you want me to shout out the social media now, or?
Yeah, you can do it.
All right, my Instagram, if you don't know, SANT413 _ Facebook, SANT413, SANT numbers 413, and that's pretty much on all social media. So yeah,
all right, Todd, you missed out.
Shout out to Todd, man.
Todd's gonna be crying.
Todd missed out. But all right, yeah. So this is Let's Talk After Dark podcast. You could watch us on YouTube. You can listen to us on Spotify, Google, Apple, everywhere else podcasts are playing. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram. Let's Talk Us Now. I'm Benny. Follow me at Benny B Designs.
Maverick. You can follow me at Unlock Character. You can figure it out.
Damian Rivera. You can follow me at Damian Rivera Comedy. I like that. I like ending shit like that. Like there's more.
Just sudden, there's nothing there. You can shut yourself again.
Huh?
You can shut yourself again.
Shut yourself out again.
Nah, I'm all right.
Good?
Is that good?
We have a budget, so he'll put it. He'll write it.
He'll write it in.
He'll
Okay.
know how to spell it. I learned that last podcast.
Nah, because I don't know, because there's people like that might fuck it up. So I'm like, I just got to spell it out just in case.
I appreciate it.
You know?
But all right, thank you for coming on. We appreciate
Yeah,
it.
no doubt.
You
Till
guys be
next
safe.
time.
Well, all right, peace.